Hi viewers, welcome you all for Wisdom Waves, and today we are going to see the SWOT analysis. Many management administrative people here probably you could understand very well about this SWOT since it's so familiar to you, but to have a common understanding, I plan to post this video. So the SWOT analysis where S mean for strength, W weakness or opportunity, and T threats. So before getting into the concept, here we have some discussions on the history. In 1960, Mr. Albert Humphrey, a management consultant at the Stanford Research Institutions, who was an American management consultant, has developed the concept called SOFT. The framework was mainly developed here to focus on the operational related issues within the organizations, and the SOFT, which means for satisfactory, opportunity, fault, and the threats. But in 1963, during the business policy conference at Harvard University, a team of the collective peoples and the experts who worked there in this Harvard University, apart from that, the several star worlds had a discussions why this soft concept is only restricting with the operational related issues and can't it be expanded to some other stuffs areas like academic or the professional related circles. These discussions over a period of hours it evolved as a concept called SWOT, which means strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat where they gain the attractions in academic and the professional circle as well. In 1918, this SWOT concept has gained the more popularity after a book which was published by Mr. Michael Porcher, where he has emphasized why the organizations need to formulate the SWOT analysis by which the competitive strategies and the added advantage can be arrived with the SWOT analysis. Hence, this SWOT played a major role in formation of the strategic management related practices. And from 1980, every organization who looked for the development has formulated the SWOT analysis, and from there on, the traction for the development has gained more popularity. So, thanks to Michael Faraday for such a good concept here that he has arrived and provided to us. But in 1997, a book or a paper which is published by Mr. Terry Hill and Roy Westbrook under the name the SWOT analysis, it's time for the product recall. They have emphasized what are the pitfalls which is related to the SWOT analysis, such as though it is listing out here the list of factors related to the strength, weakness, threats, and the opportunities. It failed to prioritize which are all the threats that need to be addressed on top, which are all the opportunities or the exploring avenues that need to be focused for gaining the more gains advantages. So such a prioritization is miserably failed in the SWOT analysis, which was highlighted in Terry Hill and Royce Westbrook the papers. So that was one pitfall. Followed by that pitfall, the many critics comes to place in terms of the SWOT analysis. Like though it is explaining the factors, it provides a very simplicity of identifying the strength, weakness, opportunities, and the threat. Without any rigorous method, possibly these types of simplicity might fall on missing some big factors also. So that's what the thought process here. So it lost some tractions about the popularity in from 1997 onwards. Apart from that, whichever are the avenues that we are placing, like strength, weakness, those factors can become swapping also in long run. Like the strength sometimes can become the weakness also, and vice versa factors also might happen. So the constant review and frequency addressing of this SWOT analysis is one of the main factor here that was planned at that time. So now the SWOT, what SWOT means. SWOT in terms of S, which says strength. Strength is nothing but an internal attributes or the resources that are having in a organizations or along with the organizations that helps organizations to do well or to possess a very added advantage by which they can overcome their competitors. So some of the strengths are including like the strong brand reputations, a loyal customer base, unique techniques or the expertise, the financial stabilities. These are some of the strengths. Followed by the strength, the weakness. These are also the internal factor which hinders the organizations to fail to achieve the objectives of those organizations. These avenues need to be addressed with some improvements by which the objectives can be achieved. So it is like the proactive approach by which the weakness need to be addressed. Some of the weakness might include the poor brand recognitions, high employee turnover, inefficient process. Yeah, these are all avenues that need to be addressed here to make it as a strengthened avenues. And O, which means for the opportunities. These are all the external factors which is harmful to the organizations if you fail to do in long run. So it is a mandatory task for business or the organizations to look for the opportunities in the new avenues for the growth opportunities in future. So some of opportunities are like emerging markets, technological advancement, the changes in the customer preferences assessment, and the regulatory changes favors related to the industries. And fourth option is the threat. Threat is also similar to opportunities in the external challenges where in long run if the threat is not addressed and a certain mitigation plan was not arrived yet, then the threat to might jeopardize the organization structures or the stability itself. So the common threats need to be addressed with the proper mitigation plans by which the upcoming the future threats can be avoided. So some of the threats which includes the increased competitions, economic downturns, changes in the regulations, supply chain disruptions. So these are all the threats, yeah, which we need to have frequent reviews and the mitigation risk plans, contingency plans, everything's need to be arrived. So based on these SWOT, the SWOT analysis, how it will be formulated. To formulate the SWOT analysis, the top persons of the organizations they have to sit together and they have to formulate what are all the factors that comes on strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat. Yeah, through the brainstorming or the brainstorming, yeah, they will be listing. And second, they will be fitting these factors here in terms of the 2 by 2 matrix format here to find out the overall the opportunities, weakness, and the potential threats related to the organization's objectives. And these factors here will be made as the strategies here by which it will be executed in the long run. These are the example of the SWOT analysis in terms of the Coca-Cola, where you could see the Coca-Cola is a very strong brand in terms of the beverages, and the reach of the Coca-Cola is a wide range in terms of the global. These are all the strength related to Coca-Cola, and the weakness, which means for the health issues, the over dependency, and the competitions with the Pepsi is also a weakness because yeah, they also had a wide footprints of the market reach when compared to Coca-Cola. And opportunities means for the ready-to-drink concept, leveraging the US currency also will benefit Coca-Cola since it's a US company. And the threat which plays a major role like pollution lawsuit, usage controversy, the possible health contaminations because of the prolonged storage of these beverages. So similar to Coca-Cola, the Pepsi SWOT analysis also mentioned over here, where you could see what are all the SWOT strengths, weakness, opportunities. So some of the weakness might be common to the entire beverage sectors also, but some weakness might be unique, which need to be addressed. And this is how the SWOT, which helps the organizations to visualize what are all the major strengths and the weakness. These based on these visualizations, the organization can showcase these things to stakeholders to convince them or to provide some financial benefits or in terms of the budget requirements. They can have some rough idea as well. The SWOT analysis is not only restricting for organization, it is also for the personal growth of the persons also. Where here it is a one sample of the SWOT analysis, which is for the personal growth of the persons. Yeah, in that the weakness and the threats or the avenues that need to be improved here, by which it can be made as the strength or the opportunities in the future. So to interpret this SWOT analysis, the strength and the opportunities or the helpful avenues and the weakness and the threats or the harmful avenues by which the internal and the external origins of the objectives can be arrived by the proper factoring. So it is an inevitable task to frequent reviewing these SWOT analysis in long run will fetch a very good results, and it also help for us to highlight what are all the proactive things that need to be done by which the future threats can be avoided to jeopardize our lives. So these are some of the applications where the strategic planning in terms of the strategic decisions taking and the decision making areas where the desired objectives to be attained crisis management for the proactive approach of the crisis circumstance can be derived. Then project evaluations, the personal development as well, that we already seen it in terms of career planning or the self improvement or financial independence. Then health planning also can be done in terms of the personal development. The investment decisions, yeah, that's a financial independent related stuff. So everything can be arrived with the SWOT analysis. So finally, as a conclusion, though it is of outdated or it is of the very old methodology, it still plays a major role in many of the organizations on in terms of the personal growth also, to find out what are all the avenues that need to be addressed, what are the future threats that was in pipeline that need to be addressed. Everything is available in this SWOT here. So if you are interested here, you just make use of this SWOT here for the future analysis and uplift your life here in a very good way. So thanks for watching and become our brigade by subscribing this channel. Thank you all from Wisdom Waves. And the next concepts will be on the VUCA world. So please await it. Thank you.